Hello YouTube and welcome to 2016. Alright, 2016 started 3 weeks ago and I am super late to this party. And that's okay. So today's video comes to you in 3 parts. Part 1, life updates. So I have been away from the camera a little bit in the start of January because I have been recovering from all of the general hullabaloo and stress that comes with the holidays. And in addition to that usual stress and the one uncle and all of the family drama and craziness that goes on there, my best friend came out to visit me for Christmas and we had a really wonderful time. We got to do lots of fun girly things like hair and makeup and accessory shopping and clothing shopping and baking and gift unwrapping, and it was a delightful time. We played a bunch of games and we just existed in the same space together for an extended period of time for the first time in, I don't know, like 4 years, maybe more than that. And so that was really wonderful and it was a lot of socializing and I would love to do it again. I feel like we live too far away and I wish we didn't. But the timing of that being coupled with all of the general holiday hullabaloo has left me and my socializing abilities a little burned out. So I wanted to take some time to recharge my creative juices and really get back into my creative zones before I started doing videos again. Fortunately, today that ends and we are going to move forward with content, which brings me to a couple of the things that I have been doing to work on that. So I received this absolutely beautiful coloring book and I love it to pieces and it has been so great in helping me recharge. I think it's the perfect combination of adult coloring book and childhood whimsy. And I love that it has more options than my Disney princess coloring books for what to color and color palettes and choice of color and all of that. So that has been really delightful and helpful and great. I have also been doing a little bit more writing and trying to get some of the feelings that are bouncing around in my head out onto paper. And for those of you who follow my blog or have heard me talk about this, you know that prose is my bread and butter. It is the place where I am most comfortable. It is the place where I am happiest when I am writing. So it's a little weird to me that in doing all of the writing about feelings and everything, I have actually transitioned just a bit to poetry. And the reason that I'm doing that is because I feel like poetry does a good job of getting at the feelings that are too big for prose, and especially like storied prose, to handle. So if you would like to go and check some of that out, go for it. It's on my blog. I will leave a link in the description. And if you want to know more about my philosophies regarding poetry and prose and how those two things work together, stay tuned because I am probably going to be making a video on that. So, speaking of transitions and writing, that brings us to part 2, my resolutions for this year. I have 2 main resolutions. My first is to just write more, period. Whether that's poetry or personal narrative writing or prose, or even just those silly ask things on Tumblr where you answer all the questions. I'm trying to do more of that generally. And so that is going pretty well. I'm hoping to try and keep to about a couple times a week because that seems to work for me. But we'll see how that goes. Hopefully the recharging that I have been doing for my creative juices will pay off and you guys will get to see a good deal of my writing. The other thing that I am resolved to do this year is to give myself permission to suck and be bad at things, because one of the things that has stopped me from doing more writing in the last year is starting something, trying to write about this thing that I feel or that I experience or that I think is worth discussing, and then getting to a certain point in the post and realizing that I don't think it's good. And it's important to put out things that you are proud of and things that you feel connected with, but at the same time, you have to be bad at things before you can be good at them. And so I'm trying to take that approach with regards to my writing and my creative endeavors, and hopefully that will go well. So that brings us to part 3. What's next? So I am reviving Caspian and Company. Given some of the new additions to my stuffed animal family, I feel that documenting them and showcasing them on Caspian Company is the right thing to do. And I have a bunch more board games and items for them to test out and play with on their blog, so I will link to that below. I also have a mild collection of games and a large collection of books that I received as gifts for the holidays, and I will probably be doing some reviews of those in the coming months as well, because who doesn't love a good book review, right? So those are 2 of the things that are coming up that I'm excited about. As always, you can keep an eye on my blog for my writing, and until next time, read more books, play more games, and don't forget to be awesome. Bye, YouTube.